This sucks. That's way too much water being directed right here. Seems like more coming from that way than there is that way. I probably shouldn't stand right here with all this lightning. You probably can't even hear me. I knew I was gonna have a problem with runoff. I didn't think it'd be this bad, but I gotta do something about this. I don't know.
Oh, they're all under the truck.
So every time this happens, I'm left with this muddy area. I gotta take this shovel and just start scooping mud. And I was throwing it over the wall or up on the hill where it came from, right? But then I started just kind of piling it here. Every time it rains, I pile some more mud, and it's a losing battle. If my wall came further, that would help, but it wouldn't solve the problem completely. The mud still is going to go around the wall. I wanted the concrete guys that did this to create some sort of slope from way over there in that corner coming this way, and they didn't. And they were supposed to create slope here where the water doesn't pool against the shop. On the concrete video, I even have the guys showing me with a level, like, look, see, I just took his word for it that the bubble was on the right side. I think the bubble's on the wrong side because water actually does pool there. Anyways, I have to address this, and I'm thinking the solution is to dig a trench along where the wall would be, along the sidewalk, which you can't see right here, and then continue that trench up under the house and go all the way to the other side of the house to the front. And currently water is flowing under the house right now and coming out on the other corner. I'll show you that. This is the other corner of the house. It's not raining hard enough now, but there was water coming out right here and filling up this section right here. This isn't just from runoff from the roof. It was actually flowing behind this board and spitting out right here and here. So that's not good for your piers on a mobile home. It can wash out your piers and your entire house can lower in a couple spots. So when I'm under there digging, I'm gonna have to verify level, make sure no piers have been compromised, and if so, I'm gonna have to re-level piers. But I think what this video is gonna be about is adding a French drain right here, going under the house for runoff from this entire section of my backyard. All runs off this way. So I got a bunch coming down the hill here, and then I got a bunch coming along the house here. I don't know when it's going to stop raining, but when it does, that's when I'll get back on this and start digging that trench line. Our first chance of rain since you saw the rain, like the torrent pouring through here and the flooding and all that, is today. And I decided just now to go ahead and take care of the situation. I got that area pretty well ready to drop in the drain and run a pipe this way. I've gone through here. I got to dig out a little bit more there. I need to lower this section. You know, I'm probably 10 feet that way, but still got to go deeper. You got to move some stuff out of the way, some pallets and junk that were there from the previous owner, and kind of curve a little bit around that pillar that's kind of sticking out right there. And hopefully I'll have the elevation, the slope, everything I need. My muscles are fatigued from digging and pickaxing this rock hard dirt. It's rocks, so I'm using a pickaxe to get into it. It's a pain. Anyways, I realized I do have like a bag and a half of concrete, and while I was under the house I found some scrap pieces of pipe. So if I can get the drain head piece, whatever, onto one of these scrap pieces, get it at the elevation I want there, and still have some slope down this way, I'm going to go ahead and frame out to pour the concrete over that section. All right, I just got a really good idea. I'm having to dig a bunch more to get the right slope. If I could bring this side up, that would be great, but I want there to be like a dip in the concrete so the water goes to it, right? Well, look how tall this is. What if I were to cut this like in half there? That's almost 1.5 inches that I could raise this end. And I could trim this down too, that's no big deal. I mean, I don't even need this. This is just to keep like rocks and stuff from clogging it. But that would raise this entire end up 1.5 inches. Possibly give me the slope I need, because the pipe will still be like 2 inches under concrete. So that's fine. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's take this, let's try to chop off evenly if we can, 1.5 inches, and we'll cut this down. I'll probably cut this extra short, you know, where it's only like 3/4 of an inch, pretty much in half also, because this doesn't really matter. This will be like a replaceable, like a consumable, you know, component. All right, this is it cut down. Look how low profile that is, and I got it glued onto this probably 5-foot pipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this in there, get it propped up to the height that I want, and get it ready for concrete. Kind of got a box here. This is down probably 1 inch from these edges. This is up a little bit higher on this edge. I'm gonna kind of ramp this whole thing up just barely, like 1 inch in this 14-inch square here. And like I said, this is down about 1 inch, so I'm gonna have this whole thing like a shower drain down to it, just real subtle. This is a low point right now, so water runs to here anyways, so it's just gonna kind of, you know, hopefully travel that way. And then I'll eventually come back and fill this with concrete as well, just like a transition. It'll probably go to that point as well. I've got a very tiny amount of slope here. I feel like when it's raining and pouring really hard, the water's gonna go. You know, even if this was perfectly level, the water's gonna go down and out. But it does have a slight amount of slope, and it's much higher than it was earlier, so I don't have to dig as much, which is wonderful. Well, it's not perfect, but it'll work. I've been checking on this thing, rubbing on it with a piece of wood or with that little trowel that I used to do the tiny home build, and I got it pretty smooth. I'm no concrete expert, so I'm sure this looks terrible to those of you that do know how to do concrete, but whatever, man, it's gonna work. I will hit this with a wet rag and clean up that little cap right there. I'm not sure how to, I mean, once I start rubbing it with something, like I was using this, I shaved this down really smooth on the end, and I was using that, and it would just like kind of like pick up a little rock, and the rock would stick up and then there'd be a gap behind it. I don't think that would happen with regular concrete, but since I'm using, you know, Quickcrete, ready mix, stuff, it's got a lot of aggregate. Whatever, man, I don't care. This is gonna work. I've got it where this is a low point, right? I got a little trough kind of running down this way. So, I mean, this is really for heavy rain, but whenever the rain stops, I want all the water that settles in this general area, in this little groove right here. And actually, like, this is really the low point right in front of the shop. So it pulls around here, but eventually makes its way to this track, and it runs this way. So now I got it where it'll kind of run down, and we should be able to drain our water now out in front of the house. Because we're on a hillside, so it's hard to see, but it goes downhill. Enough to where I only have to dig to about halfway across this mobile home, which is what, 15 foot? I only have to dig about 15 foot, maybe 20 foot before my pipe should be out of the ground. It drooped right here. Whatever. When I come back and pour a patio here or whatever I do, you'll barely notice that. Come here, bud. Let's see if you can put your paw print. Come here. Can you jump to here? Good. Now can you put a paw right here? Right here. Ready? Let's do it right now. Pushing up. You can't really see them, but I can see them. It's okay. Now we got to wash your paws off. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You gonna fight me? Helicopter. We are right in the helicopter path. You know, I think it's curing pretty good. I do see Sherman's paw print. I see the right paw. We're gonna go wash his paws real quick and call this done for now. I will come back with a coupling and I'll put my 10-foot joint on and see where the high spots are and dig it out, you know? And the reason I'm jumping on this real quick is because rain is in the forecast. It hasn't rained in like 3 months, but we show rain next week and a lot of rain. And I don't want rain to just sit here in this trough forever. So I don't think it'd be too hard to finish up. Sherman really wants to go explore under the house. He's never been under there. It's really not that bad. There's a lot of spiders, but it's actually pretty clean in there. All right, we'll pick it back up tomorrow and see where we're at. We also got company coming over tomorrow night, and the kids like to play in the backyard, and I don't want the company that's coming over not knowing that there's a trench here to fall and get hurt. So I'll get some more concrete tomorrow, or I could just fill that with dirt for now, but we'll finish this up tomorrow. All right, I kind of just ran the screwdriver along the edge of the concrete like that, and it cleans it up real good. Over here, it knocked a rock out, but it's fine. Looks good enough. Just kind of clean up this edge. I think having the concrete so watery, it loses a lot of its it washes away cement on the very top surface. So I ended up with a lot of sand here, and it doesn't seem hard. I hope that it really hardens up. But they say, you know, concrete needs to cure for a long time, and it continues to get harder year after year. So that's okay. Still can't get that form out. I don't want to pry on the concrete and mess it up, so we'll just leave that for a while. All right, this is the trench the next day. I went ahead and filled this area in with dirt because we had company over. I didn't want them to trip in this little hole here. Looks like Sherman peed on something there for me. Thanks a lot, buddy. But you can see the concrete starting to finally look drier and feels a little harder. I think it'll be all right. It looks like this is cleaned up. We ran some water through there just a little bit because I don't want to make a pool of water into the house. Talk about cutting it close. We got a big old storm right here, and lightning and thunder and rain. After about 3 months of no rain in Texas, it looks like we might finally get a relief from this drought. So I procrastinated to the very last minute or hour to get this French drain done. We have it ran, I don't know if I showed you, I don't know where I left off, but I ran it about probably 15 foot, maybe 16 foot under the house. So what we need to do is, if it rains right now, I'm gonna flood the underside of my house. Instead of the water going around the house, I'll wash out my footings, or whatever you call them, my piers. So I bought a couple more joints of this. Now, yeah, I'm buying the stupid expensive $37 3-inch PVC pipes because I'm an idiot, I guess. I don't know. I didn't know that there was drain pipe that was much cheaper. You know, it's like $29 or something. I already had a bunch of fittings to use with 3-inch, so I went ahead and just bought the 3-inch PVC. So you could do this much cheaper than I did. Anyways, I'm gonna pull this out. I'll take you with me under there, and we'll see how much more we got to dig and try to get this thing run to the other side of the house. So when it does rain, the water goes from here to there without going around and making a mudslide here on the driveway. Okay, it looks like the end of this pipe is a little bit high. So I think if I just start trenching, I probably only got to trench from like here to like right there. And then it should make it all the way out without having to dig any more. So what's been working good is a pickaxe or an axe. I can almost stand in here. I think we're good. Let's see. That's, yeah, we got tons of slope. Hey, we're fine. That's it. All right, so let's get the other piece in here and glue it to here. I guess we ought to just connect both pieces outside, bring it all in as a 20-foot joint. You don't want to do this over your concrete. It kind of stains it, stains your clothes, stains your fingers. You hear that thunder? We're getting close. Hope it's not just a big tease though. Stick these together. Last time I tried to put 3-inch 2 pipes together on the mother-in-law quarters, they wouldn't go. Okay, that's good. Not too concerned because it's not pressurized, you know? This is just a drain. I'm gonna put this on it just so I can like slide it all the way down there. It doesn't catch and pick up a bunch of dirt, you know? Should I prime the other side? I probably should, right? I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, oh, you're supposed to wait X amount of time before gluing the joint. You gotta let the primer do its thing. Yeah, I know. Again, this isn't under pressure. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is get a piece of 3-inch pipe, go to that end, and cut a hole out for it. That little dent right there is from shoving the pipe. So I'm gonna cut out right around this section, because this is a great spot between these two bushes. All right, the thing was nearly impossible to cut with the razor blade, so I'm gonna just start hacking at it with this. It may not be pretty, but whatever. It's sort of a hole. All right, so there it is.
Ooh, an ant is carrying a big old dead ant. Look at that. That's insane.
Yeah, they're pretty strong, aren't they? Oh shoot, fire ants.
Not when you step on them.
I am amazed I didn't get bit by those. Sorry, stung, not bit. All right, we gotta go connect the other end. Just prime and glue this joint. Oh, there's water coming out of this already. It's actively draining. We might have a high spot, so it might get some ponding, but I can always come back and dig right there. Right underneath my main drain is where it looks like this pipe is high.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, prime that. This is already primed, right? Yep. Let that wait for just a sec. Done with the primer. Done with the pickaxe. Yeah. Now all I gotta do is glue it and drop it. Okay, done with the glue. Next is just sliding this together, and it is not easy. Oh, it actually was easy that time. Okay. Sam, you okay?
Yeah. still on camera.
I gotta move that pallet out of the way or it's not gonna drain right. Here we go. Done. I'll just get the tools out of here, button the wall back up, and we got a drain. Man, I got sweaty quick. It's super humid with a storm that has decided to not drop anything on us. I sure hope it does. I mean, it still looks like there's potential. That air feels good. But I'm afraid it might be a tease. We've had several of these teases lately. We really need the rain. Anyways, I'm gonna have to simulate rain. I'm gonna go ahead and put water in the drain, but I'm gonna set you guys up on the other end so you can watch and see if it's gonna come out or not. Let me know.
Whoa! Oh, it's the drain?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's not for when we're watering, Lily. It's for when it rains. You get it?
Oh! But we can still use it when we're washing our hands, right?
Sure. Yeah, you can set this up right there to wash your hands.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing?
There we go.
There it is.
That's cool.
Cool. Success. The ultimate test is going to be whenever it does actually rain here, like torrentially, and flood this section like you saw at the beginning of the video. Then we'll know if that really works. The drought has been broken. We finally got a bunch of rain, and I'd say it was sort of a success. When we came home, after all the rain, we came home to find some water standing. This whole area had maybe an inch of water. We didn't have the giant mudslide that would normally be coming through here. There was a little bit of mud in this area, but it didn't go any further than there. Usually it covers the entire driveway. But what had happened is you could see where a lot of water came from this direction, and it covered this grate with leaves and rocks and completely blocked it off. So I came over here, wiped it, and this entire section of an inch deep of water drained within a minute. But unfortunately, the water found its way under the house, and it ran along the trench that I dug. So what I'm going to do now that we have some sunny skies, I'm going to dig this section back up, and I'm going to pour a little concrete area from here to there. You know, slightly ramped up a little bit or up against the board underneath it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. All ramping down a little bit this way. So that makes it where you can kind of use this area as a wash area. The dog found us a rattlesnake. Sorry, I don't relocate if they're in our backyard. That looks like a western diamondback to me. A baby. Thank you, Sherman. Potentially saved one of our lives by spotting this thing. Come here, you good boy. God, you didn't get bit.
He just jumped right on your lap.
Yeah, he did. You good boy. I'm so proud of you. Sherman just started barking like crazy up the hill, so I ran up there to see what it was. Figured it was a cat. And then I didn't see anything. I kicked over a rock. There was nothing there. And he starts kind of walking off, and next thing you know, I see it. About a 1.5 foot long little baby rattlesnake.
Was he just walking off like...
No. He was alerted to it. His hair was standing straight up. He had that strong looking posture.
Was he kicking up dirt?
Yeah, he was. A lot of dirt. You're a good boy. Go find more. Want to go find some more? Let's go out there and see if we can find some more. What I've been told is that if there's a baby rattlesnake on your property, that means there's a den nearby. That's what I was told. Don't know if it's true, but let's go look. Go save us some more. He's already got a dominant looking pose going.
He's like, is there another one? Oh my gosh.
Anything, buddy? This is where I killed it. Probably gonna smell where I killed it. It went under this rock and coiled up. But this is like a 1,000-acre ranch. Could have been up there from the ranch. What's that?
See the chemtrail?
Yeah, I see it.
Other insects and spiders like to live under that rock.
Yeah.
Because it's so
Scorpions.
big.
Scorpions would love it.
Yeah. Is my flash on?
What do you think about dustpan concrete finishing? It's working out okay. I made it probably too watery again, but whatever. I think it's gonna work fine. All right, so I'm gonna continue to sit here and work this. I might use the level to try to make like a perfectly smooth piece there. We'll see how that goes. Hi.
Hi.
I wouldn't stand there.
Oh, why not? Why not? Why?
Put croc footprints in it.
So the water will go wee and then through the little trench thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it runs along right there, that trench line, into the drain.
Where the water is.
My screen's going crazy. I don't know if it's really on this thing or not. So I'm gonna stop recording. You see it? Yeah, you see it wigging out too? All right, well, we'll check this out. We'll see what this looks like tomorrow after it cures overnight. All right, here we are the next morning. I had this little dog fence barricade around it. The sunlight has not gotten to this yet. It's already about 10:30. So I'm hoping that this stuff will just scrape off my existing concrete real easy. It probably will. And I'm not sure about this transition. Like, here's the edge of my concrete, the pad. Like, how's it right here? How's it gonna look? Is this gonna chip off, or, you know, what's gonna happen? But it looks really good. Looks like I got a low spot here. A little bit of a low spot. Low on the board there too. But that should mean that this came up a little bit here, which is what I was hoping for. Look at that. Alright, so it should clean up fine. Thanks for watching this episode of Texas Hillbilly Homestead. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned what not to do by watching me. Maybe you could solve your own flooding problem the way that I did. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you got any questions, comment for real. I tend to answer every comment that I see, unless it's something, you know, super hateful, negative stuff. I usually delete that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, more you know, hillbilly methods of fixing problems on the cheap. And check out the main channel, Texas Hillbilly, where we do automotive stuff, working on that and that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next video. Bye.